music was just absolutely part of daily life. Everybody loves music. There was always a record on, just a really wide variety of musical styles thrown my way as a kid. I think my earliest kind of musical light bulb moment was probably when I was about 4 or 5, and my dad was a huge CCR fan. He was playing guitar, we were sitting in his living room, and I just remember thinking, oh, we can make the music happen. Like, it doesn't just come out of the radio or out of the speakers. We can actually do that, and I really want to do that. So I spent a lot of time with my father singing through his learning process with music as well. He was involved with a church, and he started writing his own music. It was gospel. I'm not a huge gospel expert or anything, but the really good thing about gospel is it is a great way to learn harmony and sort of how to fill in the spaces in music. That was, I think, a really big part of me getting comfortable with singing while playing guitar and singing in front of people too. I love collaboration. I think the thing I love most about music is the team effort of it. But the songs, I have to be by myself to write, so it's kind of a balance between the two. Come on over, the stars are out. We'll light some candles. You can bring the wine. Whatever we need, we'll find. We won't need much else tonight. We'll sing our song, and once they're sung, they won't be gone. The music is never done, and before it's halfway to heaven, we'll sing another one. Songwriting became a way for me to kind of just process things in general, and I know I'm not the only one that's true of. That's probably true for a lot of people, but stuff that I maybe had a harder time talking about, I would be able to write songs about. So I'd say there's definitely that self-therapy thread in my in my songwriting. I've got like two tangents I tend to go on: the personal, like, processing of life stuff, and then just fun. And those two categories maybe are coming together a bit more for me now. And I've been thinking a lot about folklore as a way of expressing things you learn in life. What the folk stories we have kind of tended to be about in the past, and how you might be able to take that and adapt it. I've just had that kind of in the back of my mind. That's been sort of informing the songs I've been working on lately. Something about kind of losing yourself and finding yourself again. That kind of journey inside yourself, kind of life stages and things you learn along the way. I don't know if folkloric is the way I would describe it, but maybe the music is somehow getting a bit more complex and imagistic. It's kind of like a depersonalization, I would say, of my tendency, or where I've been over the last 5 years in terms of songwriting, which has been very much about like personal processing. And the folklore maybe is giving me a way to externalize that and make it a bit more about stuff that other people can relate to, or that just paints a picture or tells a story externally. Performance, I really like performing with a band. I like, I'm okay with performing on my own, but it's nerve-wracking for everybody. It's kind of like a cycle, and then I'll do that for a while, and then it's like, okay, I want to record again. Recording I love. I see them as related but separate art forms, really. Over COVID, I mean, I think a lot of artists, musicians had to teach themselves a lot in a short period of time about how to capture yourself, and there's so much more learning to do, but I find that it's very cool for letting you capture performances in the moment when you don't think you're going to keep it, but then it turns out actually there's a lot of value in it. I have been in a bit of a writing frenzy again, which is nice. I'm sort of like at the beginning of that new journey, so I don't know what shape it's going to take. Where I want to go is just one step at a time. Music is like a life-saving thing for people. I can't imagine life without it. I've learned to stop asking myself why. Why, when it's a thing that comes from something my gut tells me is worthwhile, I don't need to spend too much time questioning it. I've decided. I've just made that decision. It's just part of my life, always has been, always will be, and I've just accepted the fact that it's a huge part of who I am.